Greetings YouTube, Sega Zombie here, and welcome back guys to another video. And this is a long overdue, I say this all the time, channel update pickups video guys. And wow, we've got a lot to get through. The first video of 2025, and we've got still quite a bit to catch up on 2024. First of all, before we go and sit at the chair and show off some awesome pickups, and I promise you guys there's plenty of Sega this time, I want to share with you a little trip that me and my daughters had just before Christmas, and that's going to lead us on to my first major sort of like bundle buy pickup late of 2024, which I want to share with all you guys before we get into the meat and gravy. So cool.
His glasses were there. He's taking everything.
Not bad.
Yeah? What? Hold on a sec. There's jewellery in there as well, guys.
That table is so cool. I'll get you a picture of that motorbike, Mark. That looks so cool. So there we go. There's a quick look at the sort of bric-a-brac antique store that we visited just before Christmas. And even the girls enjoyed that trip out because there was just so much in there. You know, you had cars, you had motorbikes, you had chopper bicycles. There was a bit of everything. There's lots of nostalgia as well. So much nostalgia. And a really cool shop. The reason why I went there though, guys, was to get... I'd been tipped off by one of my customers at the Retro Realm that this particular shop had a massive bundle of LaserDiscs. Now, this pile here are the LaserDiscs that I don't want. And I've integrated the discs I do want within my collection. I picked this up from HMV, which is a really cool sort of crate on wheels. For vinyl, but it houses LaserDiscs really well. It's nice to have that wheeled alongside my LaserDisc player there. I can just wheel it out, flick through the films, admire the artwork and put a disc on, which is absolutely brilliant. So what we're going to do is I thought we'd go through the pile of LaserDiscs that I'm not going to keep. This is a massive pile. I think it was over 40. I think it was 45, 46 LaserDiscs. And I gave £100 for the lot. So, you know, my maths ain't great, but what's that, about £2 something a disc? Which is an absolute bargain because some of these I've been paying £5, £10, £20 each for. So this is a great little haul. My passion for LaserDiscs just intensifies, guys. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving this collection at the moment. So let's go through some of the discs out of this haul. You'll notice Total Recall here, but I've already got it. I've already paid out for that. I need to check up on this one, but I reckon this is quite an interesting one. It's a cult classic, isn't it? Rumblefish. Ooh, bit of Sharon Stone slipper. Please, sir, can I have some more, Oliver? Absolutely amazing film. Perhaps this one is worthy of the collection. Shawshank Redemption. So while we're here, let's have a little look at the collection so far. Some of these you would have seen. I'll let you know what was included in the collection and some other pickups as we go. So we've got Clash of the Titans there. This is a new addition to the collection, and that is Zombie Dawn of the Dead. An absolutely fantastic LaserDisc this. I need to take it out of the cellophane to show you guys. I got this one off Facebook. It's absolutely stunning. You think the cover isn't great, but then you open it up and it's just awesome gatefold there. And then the back's really cool. So it's the Japanese release, but it's got really cool back cover there. Getting lots of glare with the light, guys. Must apologise. Then this came in that same deal with Dawn of the Dead, and that is Suspiria. I now own Suspiria pretty much on every format, but it's an amazing film, and no apologies for that. Cracking film. Had to be done. Jason and the Argonauts. Beautiful. Journey to the Centre of the Earth. A film I love and I don't think gets talked about enough. John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness. I actually really enjoyed this film. I thought Sam Neill was great in this. If you've not seen it, guys, you've got to watch it. Great film. Then we've got Batman, which I've shown off before. Batman Returns. Austin Powers, you've seen. RoboCop. Chainsaw Massacre 2. Army of Darkness. Rambo. Brandon Lee, The Crow. There's my minty copy of Total Recall that I already have. Then in there we've also got From Dusk Till Dawn. This was a new one. I don't think I've shown off. A film that's not been released on Blu-ray in the UK as far as I know, and that is Demon Knight. It's very hard to track this down on DVD. It goes for a pretty price. But Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight. A cheesy B-movie. Love it. Brilliant film. I can't remember if I've shown some of these off already, but we've got The Thing, a must-have. Then we've got Lady Hawk there, which is a great fantasy film. We've got The Mask, and here we go. So these are the films I've decided to keep for now. We've got GoldenEye 007. That's my favourite Pierce Brosnan and James Bond film. Got some memories of that. Great movie. And then we've got Congo. Remember going to the cinema seeing this back in the day. Another great film that I used to really like. I used to hire this out loads, and that's Deep Star 6. This one's got a little bit of damage to it. It's got a bit of water damage. Then we've got True Lies. Great sort of Arnie 007 type action film there. A lovely gatefold as well. Try and keep the glare of the light off. Yeah, a lovely LaserDisc, and this one's got like a questions about Dolby Surround AC3 digital. What is it? Do I need to buy a new LaserDisc player to play this disc? Absolutely not. I'm still learning about LaserDisc, guys, not going to lie, so I don't really know much about that. Stargate. This is a classic. One of the last films I went with my family to see at the cinema each year. And we'd done this all the way up until I was in my mid to late teens. The whole family, with my mum and dad, we'd all go out with my brother and my brothers and my sister, and we'd go to the cinema and watch a film. And Stargate was one of the last films I went with my family to the cinema to see. So lots of memories of that one. This one's not a gatefold, unfortunately. I've been really getting into me westerns of late, and I watched this one recently and really enjoyed it. Kevin Costner, Gene Hackman, Dennis Quaid, you know, what a cast. Wyatt Earp. Then we get on to one of my favourite modern westerns, and that is Tombstone. Bettered only by Unforgiven, I'd say. What do you guys think? What's the better western? Tombstone or Unforgiven? Or is there another film that you think is better than both of those? Then we've got some corny, cheesy Dolph Lundgren, Jean-Claude Van Damme sci-fi action with Universal Soldier. Then we continue with another, and that is Time Cop. I watched this actually recently. It was on TV. I watched it, and yeah, it's still an enjoyable film, but God, it's cheesy. And then we've got Cliffhanger. My good old friend Al's Arcade gave his verdict on this film at Sylvester Stallone hanging from a cliff. I don't know why, but that's stuck in my head, that. Here we go, we move on to the final ones here, guys. We've got The Frighteners. Another underrated film by Peter Jackson, the Lord of the Rings director. Great film, that, with Michael J. Fox. Then we've got a John Woo classic, Van Damme, Hard Target. Great film, all the slow-mo action. And finally, we've got The Last Action Hero. So as you can see, a significant amount of LaserDiscs have been added to my ever-growing collection. Lovely gatefold there. So there we go. There's the LaserDiscs in the collection so far, and all the additions from that big find from the antique shop. But let's get back over to the swivel chair and show you more pickups that I've picked up over the last 3 months. So here we go, guys. We're sat back down. Oh, in my lovely swivel chair where I must admit I feel very comfortable. What I might do actually is do a little pan round why my chair is sat right here. Now, when you get to a certain age, you like your creature comforts. One of my best buys in recent times, and there's a reason why it's situated here, and I'm going to show you a little bit of video right now in how accessible everything is just from this chair. Creature comforts, guys. So where I've got my swivel chair position, guys, I can play the Vectrex, I can play on the B&O at the desk. We've got set up a Super Nintendo, Spectrum Next, Sega Mega Drive, and then under here we've got the BBC Micro, and then in the comfort of my own chair I can watch some big TV on there. And as we pan round the room, this is where the B&O is, and on the B&O I have set up the LaserDisc player, my ColecoVision, my Japanese Sega Saturn. A little look at the Sega wall as we spin round, guys. And we've got Turbo Outrun Arcade, which I would have to stand up and play that, in fairness. And then here we've got my rather large Sony Trinitron, the largest Trinitron Sony done, 4x3. And on there we have got my Atari Jaguar. We've also got my DVD and VHS combi there, which is a really good player actually. And then down the bottom there we have got my Betamax player. So from the comfort of my swivel chair, guys, hey, we can pretty much do everything in the room, which is totally amazing. So there you go. Yeah, we're talking about a chair. You know, we've just gone through the LaserDiscs. And guys, I'm absolutely buzzing with my LaserDisc collection. It's a massive rabbit hole that I'm loving. I'm loving diving into it. I'm not going to lie. It's been 3 months. 3 months since my last pickups video. There's me saying I was going to get a bit more consistent and do a video, a pickups channel update video at least once a month. And life gets in the way, guys. What can I say? The shop in the final quarter of last year, as you guys know, probably know in retail, that last quarter, that build up to Christmas is extremely busy, and I was extremely busy, which was great. The footfall was really good. Met some fantastic people, had some amazing stuff come into the store, and this is my first little channel update. I've had quite a few people come in over the recent weeks. One saying, where's your videos gone? You know, you don't seem to do much content. Most people understood that with now having the shop, it makes it more difficult. I don't have as much free time to do this channel as much as I would like. But a lot of people say, well, we miss seeing the retro realm in your videos. And I did think about this sort of like at the end of last year, thinking, shall I bring the retro realm back into the channel? You know, not regularly, just every now and again, so you guys can see where it's at. You know, so much has happened since the last time I took any footage of the retro realm, which was, it's got to be coming up to 2 years ago. So I think we'll do that in the next video. So that's definitely going to be planned. An update with the retro realm. Also, there's a lot of pickups, guys. I've been very busy in the last 3 months. There's too much to show for one video. Now, I know I like to do an epic 40-minute video, but this would be just crazy. Absolutely crazy. So I'm just going to focus on a few bits. I've shown the LaserDiscs. That's a massive bulk of it. And what I did notice on the last pickups video, there was no Sega. Absolutely no Sega. So we are redeeming that. This is being sorted out right now. There is plenty of Sega, guys. I just, before we get started on that though, I just hope everyone had a fantastic Christmas and have celebrated the new year. Here we are in 2025. Can you believe it? The years are flying by. They really are. I had a great Christmas with the girls this year. You know, as long as my girls are happy, then I'm happy. There has been some challenging times on the build up to Christmas. It's always a tough time for me and the girls with what's happened. And, you know, there's an anniversary of when my partner died. That was the 5th year anniversary, 5 years. And, you know, it's a tough time, Christmas. But the girls had a fantastic time. I put the effort in. And, yeah, we had a really lovely Christmas. I'll just share a little clip with you guys of one of the family presents I got, which was really cool. So just take a look at this.
Oh, this is going to be hard. Oh, this one's hard and bad.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, why? I don't like what they're moving.
So yeah, with Christmas, I didn't really get any retro presents. I bought myself a few gifts, but I always each year buy like a couple of family gifts, usually a board game, something that we can all play and enjoy over Christmas. And this year I went for this, and that is Project X, or Projects. It's got 3 little game cartridges in it, which changes the sound effects and the targets that you shoot. So there's ducks, there's targets, and there's UFOs. It's actually a really fun game. We played this a lot over Christmas. So yeah, as you can see from the footage there, we had a right laugh with that, and it works really well, because I can remember they brought similar things out years ago and they were a little bit unresponsive, but that seemed to work really, really well, and we had lots of fun with that. I actually had a couple of other gifts, as we're talking about Christmas and gifts and things like that. This was very unexpected. This tube came through to the retro realm, and I was like, what on earth is this? And this is from my good friend Mike's shed. He's put loads in here, and these are going to get put to really good use, Mike. But these are his take on the box art for Alien Syndrome. Now, I know Mike really loves Alien Syndrome. It's one of his favourite games, and look at that artwork. He's a real talent, is Mike, and thank you so much for thinking of me, mate, and sending them to me. So that's going to be put in a frame, definitely, and put up in this games room, because I really love that. But he didn't stop just at that. We've also got some stickers, which we can stick on the old console desk. We'll put one up here or something like that. And then he sent me the actual box art game for the PSP of Alien Syndrome. I don't think I own it. I'm gonna have to go through all my PSP, my PlayStation 3, my original Xbox, my Nintendo Wii, all of that has been stored away. It's not in my games room anymore because I just needed to free up space. But I will have a dig through, see if I can find Alien Syndrome and if I've got it, and then slip this in. If not, I'm definitely going to be getting a copy of Alien Syndrome to put that awesome artwork in, Mike. More stickers, and again, another artwork cover for the PSP game. Speaking of which, that is a bit of a change that I've done to the games room, actually, is I've thinned out a lot of my collection, stored it away, and my thinking is I've put it all in plastic tubs. You know, these tubs that you get from B&M and Home Bargains and places like that with the lids on them. I've put lots of my collection in there, and my thinking is if I don't think about those for the next 12 months, then it's going to be gone. Got to be harsh now, because there's still a lot I would love to add to my collection, because collections are forever changing. And I've seen on a lot of recent videos people's refocusing and selling up certain things and reinvesting in other things. Even some people are selling their collections and moving across to EverDrive cartridges and the like, and you know, that's all well and good. I think this hobby and this collecting journey we go on goes in cycles. I know mine does. You know, I can be absolutely mad on playing the Sega Mega Drive for months and months, and then I'll flip to the Spectrum, then I'll flip over to the Atari, then it'll be the Vectrex, then it'll be on my arcade machines. And speaking of which, at the minute I'm on a real Mega Drive mission. And I was speaking to my good mate Al, Al's Arcade, and we were talking about Rolling Thunder 2. He's just recently picked this up, and he's like, oh wow, you know, just listening to him talk about this great game, and kind of it takes that conversation sometimes for me to then go, oh my god, what a game, and I'll pull it off the Sega wall, and yeah, we'll have a blast. So that's the game I've been playing. Hence why it's on the B&O at the moment. And I'm really enjoying Rolling Thunder 2. Great game. Not talked about enough, I don't think, the Rolling Thunder franchise. But yeah, getting back to me and the change around, I think it is time. We're still going on channel update here. For me to do a room tour, because I've lived here for nearly 5 years and I've not done a single room tour. There could be some very big changes in 2025 in regards to my games room and my location and all of this. We're not going to delve into that right now, but I want to document what I've got set up here before there could be some really big changes this year. So I'm going to do a video on that. I'm going to showcase the changes I've done. I don't know if you'll see, but directly behind me here, I've incorporated my VHS back into my collection. I've recently been moving a lot around, so I think it's definitely due a games room tour, as you will. Just an update of the collection, because it's been so long, and that's definitely a video that's going to be coming over the next few weeks. But anyway, you've had enough of me waffling on about channel updates and all this stuff that I'm promising to bring to the channel. And I promise you it will come. It might take a while. But one of my New Year's resolutions is definitely to try and put a bit of time aside. Time management, and get some videos done. Because I love doing this, guys. I really do. And it helps me, my mental health, to do this. It really does. It's a massive help for me, socializing with all of you guys, this amazing hobby, and it's something that's really lacking. Don't get me wrong, I socialize a lot about retro gaming in the retro realm, but there's something about YouTube, there's something about showcasing my collection, rather than just talking about the random stuff I have in the retro realm. So anyway, that's enough. Zip it, Scott. That's enough of you waffling on. Let's get to the pickups. Like I said, you've seen the awesome LaserDiscs. I'm not going to show any more films apart from one, because I think I've done enough films for this video. There'll be plenty more and more videos, because like I said, there's a lot to go through. But I've got to give this a mention. I literally watched this last night, and that is The Rubber Keyed Wonder. What a documentary this is. Now, I kind of heard about this when it was a bit too late. I think it was a Kickstarter or something like that. It's being backed on now. But I picked this up from HMV, which is just across the way from the Retro Realm. And my good mate Lee, that works in HMV, often go in there and have a chat with Lee. And I went in there to purchase this, and they only had the standard Blu-ray edition, which is $12.99. And I was like, oh, mate, I wish you had the special edition, which is what this is. Look at this awesome box art. This slipcover is amazing. That is just screams ZX Spectrum and the 80s so much. It's unreal. I love how it's sci-fi one side, then fantasy the other. That is epic. The only thing that's missing from that is a ninja. And then that's the whole of the 80s and maybe a BMX in the background. But yeah, getting back to Lee, I said to him, because he said, Scott, do you realise that this documentary's out? And I said, yes, that's what I've come into the store for, The Rubber Keyed Wonder. But you haven't got the special edition. And he said, and he looked at me and he just went, do you know what? I've put it aside for myself, but I've yet to pay for it. He says, I'm sort of on the fence a bit. Because obviously it's just been Christmas, everyone's reining in their spending a bit, and he said he weren't sure whether he should commit to it or not. And I said, mate, if you don't want it, I'll have it. And he went, yep, okay, it's yours. So I bought it. It was $19.99 in HMV, and what a documentary. It's absolutely fantastic. Comes with a really nice little booklet as well, full colour. It really is a tremendous documentary, guys. I can't recommend it enough. I was speaking to a load of guys on a WhatsApp group last night after watching this, and I was absolutely buzzing because it captures the nostalgia. And for those viewers that didn't grow up in the 80s or with the 8-bit micros, this documentary will give you a feel. It really will, and it will help you to understand how important the 8-bit micros and the ZX Spectrum was to the British game scene. It really was. You know, the industry wouldn't be quite the same today if it wasn't for the ZX Spectrum and all of those bedroom coders that went on to become really big developers and players in the gaming scene today. If it weren't for all of that, you know, I think the game industry would be in a very different place, and there's something magical about the ZX Spectrum, and it just covers everything. I was nodding, I was cheering, I just had a warm glow while watching it, and after watching it, I just wanted to fire up the Spectrum and play loads of Spectrum games. Absolutely fantastic. I cannot recommend this enough, guys. A superb take on a bit of history and how amazing the British games industry was back then. And you know, one of the people they interviewed on there, because there's some great people within the industry, some great YouTubers. You've got Ashens, you've got Kim Justice on there talking, as well as some amazing developers of the time, Jim Bagley, Julian Gollop, and the likes. You know, there's so many to mention, I can't remember them all, but they all gave their takes on the ZX Spectrum and opening it that Christmas morning, and what a magical experience it was, because it was first experiences. We lived in a moment when video game playing in your home on a TV was new. You know, yes, you had the Atari and the Intellivision and these Pong machines of the 70s, but this really took it to the next level, the ZX Spectrum, and it brought a lot of gaming into households that wouldn't necessarily be able to afford the micros of the time. Because that's the one thing I kind of forgot, was how expensive a Commodore 64 was over a ZX Spectrum. You know, Commodore 64 was like 230 quid back in 1982. The ZX Spectrum was 100. You know, that's a massive change. difference in price, and it made the Spectrum affordable for so many homes back in the day. And it's just, you know, I'm not going to keep on going on. Go out and buy this. Treat yourselves, guys. Go and buy this awesome documentary. Again, The Rubber Keyed Wonder. Absolutely fantastic, guys. Highly recommended. But we're going to move on, because I've promised lots of Sega, ain't I? So we're going to move on, first of all, to some Dreamcast. And these are all sort of indie releases, games that released after the death of the Dreamcast. I don't know too much about them, guys, because I've not had a chance to play them. But we've got Battle Crust, and this was published by Pixel Heart. It's a shooter, and that's about all I know. Battle Crust is a 80s, 90s arcade-style shooter. You make full use of charge shot that is available by obtaining the item, and let's complete all of the 6 stages. So yeah, Battle Crust. So it'll be interesting to see what that plays like. Then we've got Supercharged Robot Volcazer. Is that? Again, another Pixel Heart game. This one's limited. It's only got 3,000 copies. And this is 1,272. And then finally we've got Armed 7. So yeah, that is some Dreamcast games added. Not a lot else I can say. They're all shooters, but they're all games that I've got to get stuck into, and I'll probably feature them in a later video if they're good. Because genuinely, guys, I don't know if any of these games are any good or not. But we'll give them a blast, and I will update you if any of them are any good. Before we move on to more Sega, we've got another gift. And this was a gift off my good friend Al's Arcade, who I've mentioned a couple of times in this video already. And I was kind of blown away. Al came down to sunny Suffolk and come and visited me. We had a really good catch up. We played some games. We drank some beer. We had some curry. You know, we chatted all night. And we exchanged some gifts. He brought some awesome stuff down to trade in at the Realm. We done some superb deals. Alex has put his video up, actually, with some of those pickups. Guys, I've got lots to share out of this box of retro treasure that Alex brought down. Now, a lot of that has gone into the shop, but there's a lot of it I have kept, which will feature in an upcoming video. But this gift that he gifted me, I really had to share. And that is an original Ant Attack poster, which was an amazing Spectrum game. One of the first sort of 3D isometric games on the Spectrum. And I can remember being totally amazed by this game. Really blown away. Again, it's signed by one of the creators there. And I think he also features in the Rubber Keyed Wonder documentary. I can't remember his name. I can't read it. But there is a signature down there. And Alex said to me that he got this signed with a number of other posters because the guy visited the RMC, done a talk down there, and this is when Alex had the arcade archive, and he got to meet the artist, I think it was, possibly the artist. But that is beautiful. I'm going to get that put in a frame, and that's also going to go on the wall here in the Sega pad. I'll probably situate that close to the Spectrum corner somewhere, probably up here. That will look nice up there in a nice frame. So I'll get that sorted, Alex. Before we move on to more Sega, I thought we'd go through some vinyl, because again, these are relevant because they're Christmas gifts and things like that. So I thought I'd treat myself to some Christmas gifts, and I treated myself to the 40th anniversary of Iron Maiden Power Slave. Now I will do some B-roll of this, showcasing, because I haven't opened this yet. This is a very recent purchase. I bought this in the sales just after Christmas, because this had been reduced. I think this was like a £40 record, and it had been reduced on Amazon to about 26 quid. So I grabbed it, and it's got a Zoetrope edition. So when the vinyl spins, you see a lot of animation going around. So I will showcase that with a bit of B-roll just to show you guys how that works. That beautiful Power Slave, what an album. Only bettered to me by this one, and again I treated myself from HMV. It's still in the HMV bag, and I bought the anniversary limited edition of Iron Maiden Somewhere in Time. This is a yellow vinyl, which if you know me and know the football town I support, yellow ain't a great colour. But yeah, it's a limited edition yellow vinyl, and it includes an exclusive 3D Future Past Tour lenticular print. Again, I will open this on some B-roll just to show you the contents. This was not cheap. It's probably the dearest vinyl I've ever purchased, but I was going to buy the reissued Somewhere in Time, just the standard one, but the cover was awful. It was almost as if that instead of using the original artwork, they just took and scanned the CD release and blew up the picture. It looked so blurred, and yeah, really awful sort of definition to the image. So I thought, there's no way I'm buying the standard reissue, which on its own I think that was 25-30 quid. So I've gone with the limited edition because that's a fully remastered artwork there, and it looks absolutely stunning, doesn't it, guys? But again, that will be in the B-roll. My good friend Si, Ginger Hippie Gaming, he reached out to me again, probably a couple of weeks before Christmas, saying that the shop that he is involved with, where they had that tremendous warehouse find a year or so back, the guy there, Unit 13 Collectibles, I think that's what it's called, we visited that early in 2024 before Revival, got to meet Adam, got to see his fantastic shop. Si got in touch with me a couple of weeks before Christmas saying that Adam had a sale on all his vinyl and it was all half the marked price. And I was like, wow, you know, what has he got? And Si sent me a video, bless him, of all the Iron Maiden vinyl. And I thought, do you know what? These look in fantastic condition. And Si said, look, Scott, these are like brand new. He said, they're all original presses. He said, and they're in such fantastic condition. So I grabbed them. Si actually bought me two, bless him, for Christmas. And this is the gift off him. So we've got the original Iron Maiden album there, which Paul Di'Anno recently passed away, the original singer to Iron Maiden. But yeah, this is 1980. Got some classics on here. Prowler, Remember Tomorrow, Runnin' Free, Phantom of the Opera, Strange World, Charlotte the Harlot. Absolute classics on there. But these are mint, guys. Absolutely stunning condition. Really, really nice. We won't open them all up, but that I thought was particularly nice, considering the age, 1980. Then the second one that was gifted to me by Si was this 12-inch of Aces High. On here we've got Aces High on side A, obviously. Side B we've got King of Twilight and the Number of the Beast live version. Again, absolutely beautiful condition. Thank you so much for that, Si. Chuff sick with them, mate. And then this had to go in the collection. This is the album that introduced me to Iron Maiden, and that is the Number of the Beast album. I heard this and I was hooked ever since. Fantastic album. This is one of those albums, whenever I put it on, especially hearing the Number of the Beast track, I get goosebumps. Get a really warm buzz and goosebumps, because I can still remember vividly hearing this for the first time all those years ago, 1982. Again, in fantastic condition. Beautiful album cover, that. And that also came with this awesome Iron Maiden The Beast on the Road sort of program, which again is absolutely gorgeous. Some amazing pictures in here, signed by Eddie himself. But yeah, I was looking at this, loving the pictures. Just takes you right back. Old Brucey boy, Brucey Dickinson. Clive Burr, the original drummer. Before Nico. And the legend himself, Steve Harris. Yeah, I thought this was a beautiful, beautiful book there with some awesome stills and photographs in it. So yeah, that was a lovely Brucey bonus in there. And we got another awesome album art, this Iron Maiden Killers. So on here we've got Wrathchild, Murders in the Rue Morgue. Oh, what a song. Killers. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. What year is this one? This is 1981, so this would have been just before Number of the Beast. So yeah, with the original lineup again there. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. And then finally, we've got Iron Maiden Live After Death. And this was the first Iron Maiden t-shirt I got. I can remember getting this t-shirt and it absolutely drowned me, because I was only little when I was young. And back then you couldn't get all the sizes, or locally we only had one shop in Ipswich that sold all the sort of band t-shirts and that, and they're all adult sizes, but I didn't care. I absolutely loved that t-shirt. I've still got this t-shirt somewhere. I need to dig it out, the original one that I had back in the day. What year is this? 1985. Again, absolutely amazing artwork. So there we go, there's the vinyl. And the gifts that I treated myself for Christmas. We need to now move on to the Sega, boys. But before we do, let me know what you think of Iron Maiden. And what, again, this was a discussion we had before Christmas. What is your favourite Iron Maiden album? I would probably say mine is Somewhere in Time. But that can change from that to... Peace of Mind is a really good album as well. Seventh Son, Power Slave. Oh, it changes, but I'm going to stick with it. Somewhere in Time. What's your favourite Iron Maiden album? I'd love to know. And we're going to get ready, guys, for some epic Sega. You know, I've got to make up for that last pickups video where there was no Sega. We're going to make up for that right now with some amazing Sega games, with some awesome box art, and a conundrum. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Because what actually happened is, literally a week or so back, someone walked into the Retro Realm with a massive bundle of Sega Game Gear games. Now, I instantly started cleaning these cartridges up, pricing them up, putting pictures up on my socials, on the Retro Realm Facebook group, and people instantly targeting these Game Gear games, because it's not often you see a big collection of Game Gear turn up in the shop like that, and there's some really good titles in there. Now, I've got quite a big Game Gear collection, but it's all loose cart. I was collecting box mint a few years back now, but I moved them on because I thought, no, handheld Sega, I'm happy just to have the loose carts. But these turned up and I just kept staring all day at this awesome box art. So here we go. First of all, we've got Streets of Rage. Now, guys, it's got the hang tab intact, and these, for cardboard, for their age, are in fantastic condition. They're all complete with their manuals. So we've got Streets of Rage, which, say no more, we all know how amazing Streets of Rage is on the Mega Drive, and it plays pretty good, to be fair, on the Master System and the Game Gear. No brainer, this one. I've owned this so many times, box complete, and sold it whether that be the PAL or the Japanese version, and that's Outrun. I think it's going to stay this time, guys. Outrun is definitely going to stay in the Sega wall. But oh, again, it's in absolutely beautiful condition. Lovely condition. All complete. And then we've got, again, the box art. Sold it to me, but this is my conundrum will come up later in regards to this one, and I need your guys' advice on it. But yeah, we've got Space Harrier. What a game. Absolutely love Space Harrier. We talk about Holy Grails. That really would be one of my Holy Grails, to have the deluxe Space Harrier arcade machine. That would be absolutely awesome, epic. We used to have it in a cafe in Ipswich many years ago, and that was the game that mesmerised me in there, was Space Harrier. I could probably get that sticker off, but I kind of like it because you can tell it's unique to the age of the game. But again, it's in fantastic condition. So you can see where I'm going here, guys. We've got boxed Sega cardboard, which is a rare thing in itself. You know, in like Nintendo, Sega didn't use this crappy old cardboard. They used decent cases. So when you see Sega cardboard in this condition, you're kind of a bit mesmerised by it, I have to say. This one I don't know if I'll keep, but in the excitement of these three, I brought it home anyway. And that is Desert Speed Trap, Roadrunner, and Wile E. Coyote. Never played this game before, I have no idea. So perhaps I'll give it a go and see if I actually like the game. Whether I'm going to keep it in the collection, I don't know. Because moving forward, I ain't going for a full Game Gear set. I think what I'll do is just get the games I really like, have them boxed, and then continue with the cart only. And then finally, the Jungle Book. This one hasn't got the hanging tab on top. I do believe someone has cut it off on this one. And this one has got a sticker up there. But yeah, the Jungle Book, I think I have played this years ago. I can't really remember it. It doesn't stand out. So I'm saying it's probably a below average Disney game. Disney platformer for the time. So yeah, we've got Jungle Book there, which is going to be an absolute bugger to stand. No, it's got there. And this moves on to the conundrum, because I've gone mad on Sega boxes. Sega cardboard. And the box art. It's the box art that captures me every time. And I've got a section in the retro realm where I've had these games sitting for a long time. And I've been saying for ages, they're going to go home. No one's going to buy them, they're going to go home. And this was a big bundle, a big collection that I bought in. Crikeys, it was probably, yeah, way over a year ago. And this massive bundle came with a lot of Japanese stuff. And I've sold all that. It's made its money. Now I see it. These could be my bonus, my Christmas bonus. Because there's some beautiful games here. Let's get on with them. Let's show you guys what I mean. And first up, Game Gear, Japanese, and we've got Galaga 91. Again, I've had this game before in the past. These are immaculate, guys. These are in beautiful, beautiful condition. The game cartridge there, in its case with all of the instructions. The little Namcot registry card is that. And then another little card in there. And all of these are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I've been thinking this for a long time. I think that's why I deliberately put them in a cabinet out of the way, where unless you're really looking, you don't see them. Because now I can justify it. You know, they haven't sold in over a year, so, you know, they come home to me in the Sega wall. But Galaga 91. So we'll pop that there. Oh, knew that was going to happen. And then next up, again, look at this amazing box art. And this is a great game. We've got Ninja Gaiden, guys. These are beautiful, beautiful condition. Look at that. These just walked in. Guy actually lived in Hong Kong and Japan due to his work for many years. And he said, you know, that's all he used to buy. But he's decided to sell up his collection because none of it was getting played. So he said he just had it all up in his loft. It had been up there for years. So it's time to move it on. Next up, we've got Super Monaco GP. So I've never actually played this on the Game Gear. Game I love on the Mega Drive, but never played the Game Gear or the Master System version of Super Monaco. So we'll give that a go. Here comes the conundrum. So the game I knocked down, Space Harrier. Now that is really nostalgic. And it is an iconic box art there for the PAL territories. No denying it. It looks great. But then we've got the Japanese one. Look at that, guys. And this is a pretty hard to get game on the Game Gear in Japan. Commands a high price. But look at that, guys. You can see the price I had on it because this is mint. It's in fantastic condition. And it's all complete with the little tray. The instruction manual in there. Everything is beautiful. So what do I do? What do I do? Do I keep both? You know, do I be greedy? Because I've done this. Let's not get away from this. I've done this on the Mega Drive. You know, games that I've loved, PAL, which I've got lots of nostalgia for. I also own the Japanese variant because it's of the tremendous box art. So do I keep both? Do I not be greedy and just keep the Japanese one? Because I'm not going for a full PAL Game Gear set. Do I just keep that? Because, you know, that will fit lovely on the shelf. Oh, it's just beautiful, beautiful artwork on that. Absolutely stunning. So I must admit, I do love that. And, oh, and the whole lot are going. The whole lot are going. I ain't no Dave Birdsall, am I? I've done that terribly. Right, let's lay these down. I ain't going to keep on trying to stand them. So, Ninja Gaiden. Oh, they really don't like standing these. Stay. Next up, a game that I actually really like. It's a really addictive arcade game, this. And that is Mappy. Again, not a cheap game. And again, this is absolutely mint. And it's Namco. Namco. And again, absolutely beautiful condition with the Namco registry card, the other registry sort of warranty card in there, and a crisp as manual. Beautiful, absolutely stunning condition, guys. Mappy, stay. That is wobbling, that one. And then we've got Game Gear Pro Striker 94. This is like in a really big box set, this one. J-League GG Pro Striker 94. This one, I believe, comes with a link cable. That's why it's in such a big box. Not actually opened this one. Or I haven't in a long time. Yeah. So it comes with the link cable for the Game Gear. So you can link two Game Gears together. The game in there, still in its original baggie. And then you've got instruction manual and a little poster, which is really cool, advertising some of the games. That's what we got on there. Sonic Drift, a couple of Japanese games I can't read there, Aladdin, Sonic and Tails, Shine and Force, A Last Bible, a Puyo Pop looking game, and another game I have no clue. And then on the other side you've got Dynamite Heady, some more Japanese games there. So yeah, that's really, really cool. Oh, and we've also got in there the registration warranty cards. So yeah, fantastic, absolutely awesome. I don't know, you know, do I keep that? It's just really cool. I've never ever seen that before. So that came home as well. And then finally, the last game for this video is this one, and that is Virtual Fighter Mini. and it's Kids Gear. Now I have no idea about this one, never played it before. Let me know in comments, guys, if you've played this. Not a game I'm familiar with, this one. Again, it's in a bigger box. It's in a standard sort of PAL size box, this one, which is unusual. We'll open it up, have a little look. This one's not in as pristine condition as the others, I have to admit. There's a bit of ruffling to the manual there, which is a shame. It does look like a fighting game, but it says Kids Gear there. Now I can remember years ago I had a Virtual Fighter Kids Game Gear which came from Japan. If you go back to some of my early videos, I definitely show it off on there. So is this a scaled down version of Virtual Fighter? Because I never actually played the game, I just had the limited edition Game Gear. There we go, there's the little tray and the cartridge in there. Oh, there's more. There's more in the box, guys. There's more in the box. So we've got the warranty card. Oh, wow. And we've got the Kids Gear press. So there's a poster there with all the characters from Virtual Fighter Mini. And then there's lots of games on the back here, which I'd imagine fit into the kids category on the back there. But that's a really cool poster. I really like that. How awesome is that? So lots of Sega cardboard. Yes, Sega cardboard, guys. And it's not often you see it, and it's not often it turns up in this condition. So there we go. That is my pickups for this video. I promise you all that there will be more pickups videos, because I've got to catch up on all the other awesome stuff I want to show you. Some really nostalgic bits to show, but I thought they need their own video. We've also got the amazing treasure trove of nostalgic goodness that I got off Al's Arcade, Alex. Can't wait to share some of that with you guys. But that's it for this week. That's it for this video. I hope you like what you've seen. Let me know down in comments what you think of all of this awesome Sega cardboard. Until the next time, I'm Sega Zombie. Goodbye.
Sega, Sega.